Paris, Reuters, France, the European Union's largest farm producer, plans to raise regulated minimum food prices and limit bargain sales in supermarkets. The move is part of a wider field to fork review closing on Thursday aimed at increasing farmers' income. Farmers, an important constituency in French politics, have long complained of being hit by a price war between retailers, which has benefited consumers but hurt producers down the chain. Raising minimum prices. Selling at a loss is forbidden in France. To determine the minimum level at which retailers are allowed to sell a product, France has set a resale below cost, RBC, threshold. The RBC threshold is currently defined by the product's basic purchase price, minus discounts, plus transport costs to the retailer warehouse. The government aims to raise the RBC threshold by 10%, an official said. This would allow inclusion of some of the additional costs already supported by retailers, such as the cost of logistics and staff needed to bring products from warehouses to the shelves, food industry group ANIA said. Promotions regulation. The government will propose limiting discounts on food products to 34% of a product's price and to 25% of available volumes, the official said. This means that retailers will be able to do promotion offers such as 3 products for the price of 2 but only for a fourth of their supplies for that product. The war in prices had led to rebates of up to 70%, which are most often supported by food producers. The aim of the measure is to avoid consumers losing the sense of prices. It would now be promotions, not sell-offs, Christian Lambert, head of France's largest farm union FNSEA, said. Impact on French retail sector? Analysts say the measures would reduce aggressive price competition among French retailers and accelerate food inflation, potentially benefiting retailers' profit margins in the short term. This should calm down the price game a bit, but the most aggressive players on prices may be tempted to parry an attack, Raymond James analyst Cedric Lecaspel said. Which retailers are best placed? A softer competitive climate could come as a relief for retailers like Carrefour and Auchan, whose profitability is under pressure and whose hypermarket sales suffer from aggressive price discounting from the market's dominant player, Leclerc, Barclays analyst Nicolas Champ said. Leclerc is now the leading retailer in France with a national market share of 21% against 20.5% for Carrefour, the latest Kantar data show. Accelerated food inflation could also lead some consumers to trade down, which could benefit hard discounters like Lidl. The limitation of promotions could also benefit discounters who have mostly everyday low prices strategies, and reduce the attractiveness of the hypermarket stores, which are more focused on promotions. When can we expect an impact? The government's aim is to present the draft legislation to Parliament in the first quarter of next year, for adoption by the end of the first half, the official said. Analysts say it is therefore unlikely to have any impact on the food chain before the second half of 2018.